What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the Type 1 Lifting Podcast Shorts. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate you guys watching these episodes. It truly means a lot. In this short, we have Emily Boyich, who is a CrossFit Regionals athlete, as well as a doctor of chiropractic medicine and a Type 1 diabetic, which is so cool to talk to a fellow diabetic in the CrossFit space. So smash that like button and enjoy the show. Every person I talk to that's a diabetic, always the first question is, when did you get diagnosed as a Type 1 diabetic?
Yeah, so I was actually 10 years old, and it was like, about to get like right into my story right away, but it was following like a routine childhood immunization schedule, and I had a really, really adverse reaction to the MMR vaccine. And then come to find out that rubella virus and type 1 diabetes are like very closely linked in research. Like, it's just something that I was like looking for my whole life, you know, and then finally came across it. I was like, there were like thousands of stories like mine. So I was like, all right, cool. Good to know. And obviously I had a super, it ran rampant in my family, and yeah, that was when I got it, 10 years old.
Jeez. Well, you are a CrossFit athlete too. So when did you start doing CrossFit, and like what made you do it?
Yeah. So I played soccer in college, and then I finished my first year there. And then in the summer of that, I kept getting concussions. And then with the concussions, I was like way more susceptible to having seizures. And so I had like 2 or 3 seizures over the summertime, and I was like, I gotta go home. Like I have to get back on track. You know, it was just like a fast-paced lifestyle, and I was like, I need to step back and for my health and see what's going on. But yeah, I still missed like the surge of playing soccer and that adrenaline rush. And so I was just working out randomly at a gym nearby, like a standard like Lobo gym. And one of my friends there was a chiropractor, and he was like, hey, come, you know, I'm opening a gym, come hang out with me and throw down a couple days a week. And so I did, and I was like, this is it. This is like the adult version of like every adrenaline-based sport. Like, This is perfect. So, I started then. That following year, I went to regionals on team. I was just like purely based on strength. Like, I don't even think that my skill level was where it should have been to be there, but I was just really strong, so I could fake it. So I made it. And then the following year, I started a 2-year journey of just Olympic weightlifting, where I did really well in that. In universities, I think I took like 6th, I want to say, and then in the world, yeah, and then in just like standard American, I forget what it was called, like division, but I was like 17th in the U.S. So I was like, I love this sport. I don't have to do cardio. Like, I could just lift all day. It was like the best. And then I went to chiropractic school, and I probably took like 2 years off of CrossFit then. And then whenever I finished, I came back to it, but just like recreationally, not as like a sport, just to stay fit.
Yeah. So when you did regionals, like when did you like when did they say like, hey, you know, would you like to be part of our team? Like how did that come about?
Yeah, that is like one of my favorite stories to tell, actually. That my friend who I had gotten, he was like on a baseball team at St. Ambrose. And I was like, you gotta try CrossFit. Like, you look like the body type of Rich Froning. Like, I know you'll be addicted. Come try it out. And so he did. And then when he went back to Iowa, he started CrossFitting at a gym nearby there. And then he messaged me to come compete with him one weekend. And he was like, one of the girls is injured. Like, they need a replacement girl for the team. Can you do it this year? And I didn't even know, like, literally didn't know what that meant. But I was like, yep, I can do it. Like, literally had no idea what I was getting into, just wanted to do it. Against my family's will, like, both of my parents were livid. They were like, no, you're just getting your life back on track, you know, like, they took my car away. They took away, like, any aid that they could, and I was like, I'm still going. Yeah. I remember I lived off of, like, $50 for, like, 3 weeks until I got, like, paid for the job that I was doing to be a trainer. So I was roughing it, but I loved it. It was like the best time of my life. And then I trained with them all season, and then the snatch workout came out. So it was like a 1-rep hang snatch at the time. And I was just like, I literally had never tested that. So I was just like, fuck around and find out. And I hit a 185 hang snatch, and they were like,
holy cow.
Come regionals with us. So it was crazy. Like at the time, like now that's not a big deal, but at the time, like I feel like no one was really snatching that. So I was like, we're ready.